Yeah. Yo, what's up? What's up, David? Shaka and Dugu Komet. Yes, indeed. Yo, y'all in the house? Can y'all hear me? Is the volume up? I hope so. Let me see here. Let me put the link out too, also. Yo, you see the link, Shaka and David? Oh, okay. Maybe that was Shaka earlier. David, you here? All right, bro. Well, let me see. I'm just going to give an example because I don't normally watch this program, but I found myself compelled to. And I heard a few things. It's kind of funny, man. But the topic tonight is, does HOK, do they walk and talk like the elders? What you think, David? Do you think they walk and talk like the elders? I mean, I'm thinking the answer is hell no. What you think? That was the first thought I had today, pretty much. Like when it really comes down to it, like, do they walk and talk like the elders? And my thoughts on it were very simple. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. They don't walk anything or talk anything like the elders. They don't. And that's a damn shame, but that is what it is. And I'm going to give you a little example of it. Let's see here. Mm-mm-mm.
Like, yo, popping to that shit like boom, boom. All these niggas is fake. I teach that you are God and the devil at.
So on the jump, he just jumps out there, right? It says, all you niggas is fake. Now, let me ask you a question. When is the last time you ever saw an elder do something like this? When was the last time you ever saw an elder? What's the elder you could think of that would do something like that? Open up their video, open up their communication with all these niggas is fake. I mean, what do you think about that? Because I know at least one elder that would think this is sickening. Sickening. Mm. You know, but that's the opening. So
the same time. And so now I'm not going to release the demon that exists that's begging to come out.
what have you heard an elder say something like that before? Have you ever heard an elder say, I'm not going to release the demon that's begging to come out? What's the elder? Raise your hand. Type in the chat the elder that you know that starts off like that. Name me one. I would like to know who they are. Yeah, I would like to know who they are.
I'm going to hold that demon that exists inside of me. We all have a demon that exists within inside of me, but I'm going to hold that for a minute.
We all have a demon that sits with inside of him. We all have a demon that sits with inside of him. Did you hear that? That is insane. Hold on. Let's pull that back a little bit, man. This is ridiculous. Let's see.
That you are God and the devil at the same time. And so now I'm.
Damn. That is scary. That's just in itself scary, man.
All these niggas is fake. I teach that you are God and the devil at the same time. And so now I'm not going to release the demon that exists, that's begging to come out. I'm going to hold that demon that exists inside of me. We all have a demon that exists within inside of me.
Yo, do you think he on something when he says this? You hear how he misspoke? What do you think about that? But I mean, again, if you know an elder that talks like this, let me know. Put their name in the chat because I don't think you're gonna find one. What do you think of his speech? Just listen to it closely.
Yeah. Peace and Black Power family. You already know I was bopping to that shit like, yo, bopping to that shit like, boom, boom.
You feeling it, huh?
All these niggas is fake. I
What do you think he's thinking right there?
teach that you are God and the devil at the same time. And so now I'm not going to release the demon that exists, that's begging to come out. I'm going to hold that demon that exists inside of me. We all have a demon that exists within inside of me, but I'm going to hold that for a minute.
We all have a demon that exists within inside of me. Dude is definitely on something. Yo, divinely inspired to fight doctor. Yeah, okay, good. You got the tag. Peace and blessings to Brother V. Bennett in the chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm glad to see you, brother. Let me know if you coming up on the link. You know, yeah, it'd be good to hear your voice because this is some, hey man, I don't know, is this a sign, a omen? Like where elders start talking like this? Is this an omen? Are we, what's this? It seems like we in the last days or something.
I'm going to deal with one of these niggas at a time. And Sinister Inky.
They used to sell those. That's what they called us when they sold our ancestors. That's what they called us. That's the truth. The truth is that's what they called us when they enslaved our ancestors, transported our ancestors, and enslaved them for hundreds of years. That's the word they use. You know any elder? Where's the elder? Let me see. How many times he say the N word? But then he's talking about demons and tell me something positive.
Will be the first one up because he stuck his head up again. He said, this is a good opportunity for me to get some more subscribers, being that I ain't got no, subscribe. This is a new channel. Let me come on out and separate myself from all these dudes and let me come on out and bang on Saul in the community.
Is this man feeling sorry for himself? Is he the victim? He sound like the victim, yo. Andrea Burnett, hello. Welcome. Good to see you again. Thank you for coming back. And get up on the link too, if you don't mind, when you get a moment. But the question is, the fight doctor, do you know an elder that talks like this? I mean, how many minutes he been talking? I didn't hear one positive thing. Never forget lewd. Yeah, never forget lewd and lascivious acts. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But let's be honest. It doesn't look like Sarnetta's too focused in on that. He's not too focused in on lewd and lascivious acts. He's almost forgotten that part.
Community and all these people. So remember, they always strike blood first. I just respond. All them niggas are fake over there. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not mentioning their name until I'm ready to deal with them. All of them niggas over there are fake ass niggas.
That is a interesting sentence. All those F and N words, all those. Oh my God. That was just a sentence with 4 N words in it. Right? That's crazy. But this is the introduction for our people, you know. And if you know an elder that you've ever heard talk like this, put their name in the chat, speak your mind. What do you think? Does this sound like elders? Have you heard elders that sound like this? You know,
And a lot of them over there been in my damn house. They've been in my house around my family, around my children. A lot of these niggas been in my house. The bitch Michi X been in my house.
what is this? What is this? He's openly. I mean, why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? But it's interesting how he doesn't care what this looks like when he does this. He doesn't actually care. He has no thought whatsoever. No thought. This is what he got for his platform.
I've never disrespected her, but they want to jump on me and think it's sweet. I'm going to go back into my demon time now. Not today, but I will go into my demon time, and you're going to see that I can bang just with the best of them. And I'm going to get into that. I can't just sit back and allow y'all niggas to think y'all going to step all over me. Soleiman, the whole ass nigga popped his head up out the grass again. He must have forgot that I still got those videos. He must have forgot that I still got them receipts. And all them niggas over there 13. Messing with Soleiman. When we got receipts on a nigga, pulling his penis out in a goddamn library where kids is walking around and he's in the library getting fellatio. Like, what's up with that, fam? In the library? Really? And all these niggas giving this nigga a pass? He said it when they brought him on the hot seat, and he agreed that, yes, that's what they got me on, indecent exposure, because I was in the library. And, I pulled out my penis and I was getting fellatio because pulling his penis out in a goddamn library where kids is walking around and he's in the library getting fellatio. Like, what's up with that, fam? In the library? Really? And all these niggas giving this nigga a pass? He said it when they brought him on the hot seat, and he agreed that, yes, that's what they got me on, indecent exposure, because I was in the library. And, I pulled out my penis.
It's so, you know what? So what is this? He got his, he's now going to release more information about people as a response to people questioning him on the morality of, still wanting to associate himself with polite. That is so now he's going to out more. But why didn't he say all of this stuff before? That's what's crazy. Well, that's what's crazy. It still doesn't answer the issue of polite. It's like people don't want to see polite. People don't want to see polite. People don't want to see polite. That's for sure. I think it was one. What was this? One video history. Isn't this it? History, something like that. This dude right here, right? I think.
For just $67, you can make as many videos.
Yeah, let me see something.
Camera or you.
What's going on, y'all? Hocus for Fifth, back with another one. Listen, this message is to Sinetta. Sinetta, what's up? Sinetta, I'm gonna be honest and say I see your messages, I see you reaching out, but I don't want to talk to you, Sinetta, until you denounce Brother Polite. When he first caught the case, you supported him.
Yo, Fight Doctor, what's up, bro?
Peace and blessings to you, brother.
Hey, brother, man, good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Yo, I gotta ask you the question. You in good health and everything, right? Family, right? And
Yes,
just
sir.
life in general. Oh, that's great.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad to hear. But hey, brother, what have you what do you think about this, man? If Do you know any elder that would talk like he's talking?
Brother, can I relate to you, relay a story to you, please?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
I'm gonna keep this brief.
Mhm. Now go on. Take your time, brother. Take your time. I'm off from work,
So
so I finally had some time to really sit with you all. You know.
yes, sir. All right. So I'm a big boxing fan, right? I've been a fan of the sport of boxing, like a serious fan of the sport of boxing since like the mid '80s. So
Right.
I go way back. I remember when Mike Tyson was at the peak of his power,
Mm-hmm.
vividly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been a serious fan of the sport for a long time, and there is a particular character in the sport of boxing who stands out, who kind of reminds me of Sonetta. That figure being Don King. Now, most
Okay.
people know who Don King is, right?
Right.
Even people who aren't fans of the sport of boxing, they know who Don King is because he's a character who transcends the sport of boxing, right? You know,
Right.
Don King is associated with some of the biggest names in the sport of boxing. If you were to, just name some of the fighters that you know, some of the big name fighters that you know, I'm sure they have at some point been associated with Don King, right? I mean, he's promoted some of the biggest names in the sport: Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes. He's promoted all these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the best things about, and I remember back in the day, one of the best things about watching a fight card promoted by Don King was his post-fight analysis,
Mm-hmm.
because he was part of the show, Don King. After
Mm-hmm.
the fight, the fighters would, of course, give their take on what happened. And then attention would be turned to Don King, where he would offer his assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things about Don King, which I think is one of the reasons why he transcends the sport, is because of the way that the command he has over the English language, and sort of like the poetic way in which he's able to convey his thoughts. When he speaks in a manner that, he often uses rhyme and different, sort of poetic intonation when he delivers his analysis, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's just a person you just like to listen to him speak, because, he's very analytical, he's smart, he's very smart. But
Right.
he has this natural charm. And, when he talks, he has a way of capturing the audience.
Right.
But one of the lesser known facts about Don King is that Don King is a street person.
True. Yeah.
He's very much a street person, and that I think in the 60s, he was convicted for murdering a guy with his bare hands.
Yeah, man. I think he got manslaughter for that, right?
Yes, he caught a charge for manslaughter, but it's the way that he did it. He killed a guy with his bare hands. Most people, usually when you think of manslaughter, when you think of murder, there's a weapon involved.
Right.
You
Exactly.
get shot, you get stabbed, somebody intentionally runs you over with their car. Not Don King. That's not how he does business.
Right.
When Don King wants to hurt you, he does it up close and personal. And in a very
Respectful way.
No,
Okay.
not respectful.
Not respectful.
In a very what's what I'm looking for? In a very ugly manner. When you kill somebody with your bare
Hands on. It's hands on.
It's hands on, exactly. I mean, think about it, right? What is
He
involved?
does it with his bare hands, man. That means he
Yeah.
got, I mean, he doesn't have a gun.
Right. So the process is drawn out and painful.
Right.
As opposed to if I shoot you in the right place, lights out. If I cut your throat with a knife, you're going to suffer for a few minutes, but it's going to be lights out.
Right.
But if I kill you with my bare hands, think about what's involved in that process, right? I bludgeon you to death with my bare hands. I'm beating you in the face. And I don't mean to get graphic. I'm sorry, but just in order to convey the
Of course.
message, I think I need to go there, right?
You didn't say the N word yet. You didn't
Right.
say, any of these curse words. You good, bro.
But this is the person who did, but this is who Don King is, despite all of the fanfare and all of the fame and glory and money that he's made. And it really says something about the society we live in when this guy can attain the fame and fortune that he has attained.
Yes. Is that positive?
I don't know. I'm not smart enough to answer that question. I'm just sort of just laying it out there. But Don King, Sarnetta is Don King.
True. It's a representation of the society overall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sarnetta is Don King. Now, Sarnetta may not have killed anyone. However, there are things in his past, right? Don King is a bloodsucker because what he does is he takes professional prize fighters, squeezes them until they're dry, and then once he has no use for them, he casts them to the side. And he takes whatever monies he has earned and he starts the process all over again with another young up-and-comer. And he does it over and over and over again.
Right. But he had his limits. Right.
Well, I mean, so you have to look at, what Don King has been able to accomplish.
Or did he not? Maybe he didn't have his limits. What do you think? I mean,
I don't know. I understand that the man is insanely rich. But what I do know is that in the almost 40 years I've been a boxing fan, the majority of that time, I've seen fighters rise and fall. Fighters rise and fall over decades. But for the majority of that time, there's been one constant. Don King.
Don King, that's true.
Don King. The guy who beat someone to death, literally. Right?
Uh-huh.
Sarnetta is Don King. Because what does Don King do? Don King promotes fights. He's a boxing promoter. So he finds talent. He finds the up-and-comer fighters. And he matches them as such that he can create this a fighter's aura, appearance, or let's just say he creates a fighter, okay, by matching them well, and they perform a certain way because they've been well matched. So he creates an audience for the fighter. He creates a market for the fighter, and he markets the fighter. And then at some point the fighter he matches that fighter against another guy who he's done the same thing. Right. And he matches them both when they're both at their peak of their earning potential.
Right.
Right? Sarnetta does the same thing. But Sarnetta does the same thing. The only difference is that instead of matching prize fighters against each other, Sarnetta matches people who debate or who think they can debate.
Right.
But the thing is, Don King doesn't give a damn about the professional prize fighters he promotes. Okay? Because his only interest is making sure that his coffers stay full.
That's true.
He will feed their egos. He will feed their desires. He will tell them what they want to hear, stroke their egos, whatever it takes, just as long as they fight. And just as long as they remain appealing to the masses so that he can sell them. And he stokes, Don King stokes misunderstandings between potential adversaries.
So you're saying that's what Sarnetta does?
Yes. This is what Sarnetta does. Okay? Sarnetta doesn't care about the people who he promotes.
Facts.
Sarnetta, listen, Don King really doesn't even care about the sport of boxing. Now, me as a fan of the sport of boxing, I love the sport. Okay, because in my mind, there's the sport has saved many people, and there are many positive character traits that you can learn from watching the sport, and even more so being a practitioner. Discipline, fair play, how to reap the benefit of hard work. There are many, many, many positive aspects that you can learn from observing the sport of boxing, and even more so from practicing the sport. But Don King doesn't care about any of that. Don King only cares about getting paid and will do anything it takes to earn $1 off the back of the boxers who he promotes. Sarnetta is the exact same way. He doesn't care about Ma'at. He doesn't care about African science or African spirituality or uplifting the consciousness of the people, even though it's the house of consciousness, supposedly. Sarnetta doesn't care about that. Sarnetta only cares about people who pay for his pay-per-view debates.
So he ain't shit, basically.
Well, I'm not smart enough to answer that question.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you how.
That's what it sounds like to me. You say it basically, but I don't. I agree if that's what you're saying. Because I mean, do you think Don King would go so far as to? I guess he might have blurred the lines in terms of like revolution. You know, that revolutionary spirit, and plus the era when he was born. You know, it's it's definitely shaped him, you know? So, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I just wish ultimately what I don't like, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like obviously capping for giving space or voice to a person that's basically, has assaulted a minor. You know what I mean? And, go ahead. Not to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
No. We're having a conversation here, but again, it speaks to his character, and and this applies to anyone. The company you keep. If you associate with 9 crackheads,
yes.
Now look, if you are constantly advocating for a certain class of people, if you are constantly advocating for people who are engaged in certain activities, I mean, look, I'm sorry, but if you are a pedophile, you cannot live on my block. You can't. Because if it came to my knowledge that a pedophile moved on my block, either they gotta go or I gotta go. But God damn it, somebody has to go. Because it just can't be. I can't have no pedophiles on my block. You just can't be here. It cannot exist.
White Doctor, are you a father?
Yes, I am. I have 2 children.
Okay.
And if you a pedophile and I know you a pedophile, nigga, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that word.
It's simple math, right? It's simple math.
Okay, either you go or I go, but somebody got to go.
Something got to give, and it ain't gonna be me,
right?
And my kids,
I can't be if you are in the company of if you are always in the company of 9 crackheads. Okay, simple math. Why is it that these kinds of people and people who advocate for this kind of lifestyle are in your circle? Why is that? That's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Okay. You have the Tazariak crowd who think that it's okay for a little girl to engage in intercourse just because she has her cycle. No, I'm sorry. But in this country, in this society, it does not work that way. 15 will get you 20. But these people advocate for that. So something has to give. I mean, these people couldn't be in my circle. They just can't. Do what? Huh? No, sir. Yeah, I need to not see you. You need to not be on my page. You need to not be on my block. You need to not be in my community, because that don't go. Period. If you're talking about anything with a woman that's not of legal age, it's not. We can't have no conversation. Period. You for damn sure cannot be in my circle. Because that's guilt by association, and I see no problem personally if you're going to associate with those kinds of people. Even if you are not practicing that, you still associate with those kind of people. So why is that? Why? Again, if you are constantly in the company of 9 crackheads, what does that mean? So yeah, birds of a feather. Exactly. Shout out to Divinely Inspired. Birds of a feather. It's simple mathematics.
But let me ask you a question though. These crackheads, right? That you mentioned. I mean, are they people we know? Like, or you mean that literally, or you mean just as
I'm speaking figuratively.
Figuratively,
right? But if you take a person who's constantly in the company of crackheads, then you just have to start asking your question. You have to start asking a question: why are you constantly associating with crackheads? And I don't mean somebody who works at a treatment facility. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you in the places where crackheads congregate, or the crackheads are coming to congregate where you are all the time, constantly. Okay? Crackheads always knocking on your door.
Damn, you scared? Okay. Is somebody knocking at your door right now? Yo, that is great.
Okay.
Be careful.
Questions need to be asked. Why are crackheads always knocking on your door? Why are you always hanging out with crackheads? Why are you always advocating on the behalf of crackheads? Why?
Can you see what's on the screen right now?
Yes, sir.
Fight doctor.
Yes, sir.
You know, I have this theory about, one person out there in the media representing a lot of the the HOK people, I'm not saying no names, but I don't know. This sounds, have you ever heard of something like this? What are the effects of cocaine on the voice? Cocaine may affect the voice in varied ways according to how it is used. Cocaine, when snorted, will cause significant injury to the nose and nasal septum due to the chronic constriction of blood vessels in the nose. Cocaine drip is the mechanism by which cocaine may affect the voice. This occurs when cocaine that is not absorbed by the nose combines with the mucus in the nose and drips down the back of the throat. This is when the drug is often tasted because it is dripping into the throat. It also drips onto the vocal cords.
Yes, I've heard of this before. And I've heard of a couple of people, quite famous people, who supposedly suffer from this condition.
I mean, exactly. So, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's just been worsening over time,
Right. Right.
I mean, to the point where it could, you never know. I'm just saying, it could begin to start to sound.
Mm-hmm. The voice starts to sound a little raspy.
Not saying no names.
Right.
But, not saying no names at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you. I hear you. And I would not at all be surprised, to be completely honest. All right.
The cubicles in the pub. It's like, look at the eyeballs. And,
I would, you know, with the erratic behavior, I would not at all be surprised.
You know what it's
I would not at all be surprised. Not one bit. Now, look, it would explain a lot. Put it that
yo.
way.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get a little funny today, but listen, somebody, not to get off topic because I got to hear the rest of this, but somebody has a video circulating around where they're admitting to, you know, basically being a junkie in the '90s, man, and
Yes.
just in an, you know, I'm talking about like bottom of the, you know, really hit the hard track, and mentioning working at some clothing company where they were in the credit department and doing whatever fraud up in there and everything. And I was just saying, damn, this is the dude that called me a bitch ass nigga before he hung up on my ass, you know? And I'm like, wow, I'm gonna have to review that. But in any case, back to this one. I'm sorry if I got off track.
No problem, sir. We having a conversation.
Yeah, they're connected though. It's some kind of strange connection. It's like the alpha and the omega, the rooter and the tutor. Over here to the left, then we connect the dots, right?
Exactly. So you know, it's you know, we have to feel sorry for we just have to feel sorry for, I'm just gonna say it, we have to feel sorry for Senator.
True. If I can muster up the sourness, because you know, man. Well, continue, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Maybe you'll into something here.
Well, so I think I can best explain it like this. When I was in my 20s, I was angry at my parents.
Mm-hmm.
My parents divorced when I maybe was about 9 years old, and you know, my parents had problems when they were, you know, in their 30s and in their 40s. They had problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I was angry with. I wasn't like, you know, like hate. I didn't hate my parents or anything, but I was angry with them because I thought that maybe perhaps had they had their stuff together, then you know, my situation could have been better in my childhood. Not that I had a bad childhood, because I didn't. I had a great childhood, but you know, I just sort of was angry with my parents because I thought maybe perhaps they could have held it together better than what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Until I got to be older and gain a better understanding of the world we live in and our place in it, and and understand the challenges that my parents had to face as a black man and a black woman in their early 20s when my brother and I were born. I understand how challenging it is as a black man now in the year 2023, so I can just imagine what it was like being black in the early 70s. It must have been worse, because it's still a challenge now. So it must have been a whole lot worse in those days. And perhaps we didn't have the same level of consciousness then that we hopefully have now. But either way, we certainly didn't have the freedom of expression then that we have now.
Facts.
And we didn't have the access to information then that we have now. And we certainly now don't have an excuse. We have no excuse. I give my parents a pass only because I understand the difference between what is and what can be, and the reality that we as Black people have been conditioned and programmed, and that fixing that situation requires time and effort. But before you can fix a problem, you first have to identify a problem exists.
Yeah.
And in my parents' day and age, it was difficult. Most Black people didn't understand that there was a problem, and those who did were vilified and silenced, and were what's the word I'm looking for? They were vilified, they were silenced, and they were delegitimized.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and a lot more.
Right.
You know?
That's the silence part. You silence person by bullet, by banishment, or by jail time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But in 2023, we have more freedom of expression. We have an insane amount of access to information in 2023. So there's really no excuse for us.
Yeah.
And in addition to all of these things that we have the example laid down from previous generations. We have an example of what to do and an example of what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's really no excuse. There's really no excuse. So when I look at someone like Sarnetta, I think to myself, this brother should know better.
Mm.
Because not only does he have an access to an insane amount of information, but he has examples before him of what to do and what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yet he chooses
Here is how
to act in his own self-interest instead of the interest of the collective, which is what he pretends to do. That's the story he's selling. But the reality is, if Sarnetta were really acting in the interest of the collective, first thing, he wouldn't have these certain people in his circle. That number one. All right. If you're going to be acting in the interest of the collective, all right, then you got to straighten up. You have to straighten up. There just is no ifs, ands, or buts.
None.
There is no excuse. None. No excuse. You know better. And these are lessons that we were taught as young people. And I consider myself blessed because I had elders who knew better and who told me. Now, it was up to me to listen.
Yep.
And for the greater majority of my life, I didn't want to. But now I understand.
And and it's like, now I'm not personally saying this to down him, but he's no leader for young people. The way he behaves, that's the scary part about it, because me and you, we're from, I presume you're close to my age, right? Fight Doctor, I'm 53.
51.
There we go. So we had a lot of elders, man, that examples to where, let's say, even if some of them had personal problems, you would never hear them represent themselves this way into the public. You would never hear it,
Yeah.
and that shows they have a little bit of class about them, and dignity. In my view, um, I've never seen a worse example, really, to be honest, and I could never imagine it from my generation. So I know he's older than me. He should be like a big brother to me. But I've had a lot of elders that are like big brothers. You know what I mean? They're not that, maybe they're 10 years older than me, right? Something like that. That's or less, 8, but and so when I see Sonetta, it's like none of my elders were like that. They were way more dignified, and of course, just as understanding of the predicament many of us find ourselves in, you know. And so it's not like they was hating on their own people. It's just they were more dignified about shit, you know. And I wish he would just take the red, black, and green symbolism, the just all of the black shit, just symbolism, and remove it from his name and what he's been doing, because it's almost like an attack on our people by using these symbols that way. He degrades that movement just with his language alone. But even the content, what is the content? The content is, I'm going to get back at you, nigga, and I got something on you. and you know, and you know, F you. I mean, he said to somebody the other day something. He was talking about some conversation, or no, I think he was talking about his fight with Garfield, and he was like, and Garfield told him to suck a D, but in a disrespectful way. I'm
Yeah.
like thinking, I'm like,
So
disrespectful way. It's all disrespect. What are you talking about?
right.
But in a
So
disrespectful.
he promotes confusion. I mean, that is the whole basis of his platform is confusion. He promotes the confusion to the point where he's probably making a lot of money on those pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's not about finding the common ground. It's not about serving the collective. It's not about being true to the ideals of our ancestors, or being true to the ideals which he says he represents. The Ankh, Ma'at. No, it's not about that. It's honestly about his bottom line, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's about his bottom line. He's in it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's certainly not in it for the collective consciousness of the people. That's the last thing on his mind. Trust. All right. You just look at his actions. Look at his associates. Look at the people he promotes. Case in point, Tazariak. Tazariak is an individual who boldly announces to the world that he hates Africans, and then Sarnetta comes right behind Tazariak and endorses that idea. And this is the house of consciousness? Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
You're flying the red, black, and green in an Ankh, and yet you're promoting a person who says they hate the very thing that you are supposed to represent. How does that work?
It doesn't work.
Thank you, sir.
Peace to you, brothers, and peace be Bennett. Peace to the fight.
Yeah, divinely inspired, bro. Good to have you.
Peace. Thanks for putting me on, brother.
Oh, no problem. I was happy to see that you popped up, and I was like, okay, well, let me see. Let me add him in. No problem. Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Yeah, and to expound on what the fight doctor just said, right? I practice an African-based tradition, right? Lukumi, right? Otherwise known as Santeria, right? Mm-hmm. But that doesn't stop me from going into the traditional form also. Ifa Orisha, right? From Nigeria, right? Because it's all about what? It's all about reputation. It's all about integrity, right? There's something called Iwapele, which across the board from the islands to Africa, here in America, practitioners and priests and priestesses and high priests and high priestesses must adhere to. So when you see these folks latching on to Sarnetta who claim to practice an African or African-based system, that doesn't work that way, because you must have good character. In Jabari's case, it's Ma'at. Just like how David commented there. It's not Ma'at. You cannot connect or latch yourself to someone like that.
Exactly.
Who's that F a little girl, like he did with Shaka's family. Are you kidding? Or how Tazariak said, he hates Africans, especially like Egyptians. What?
It's like, what? Yeah, where's this coming from?
Yeah, and then in Deuteronomy 23:7, it says, what? Do not abhor the ways of Egypt, because why? You were once a foreigner in their land, right? So what are you doing? So now you have a problem now. There's a conundrum here, right? Because your own book says for you not to do something, and then you're doing it.
Yeah, Inky said he's selling shea butter, but he hates Africans.
How you do that?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Tazariak, I know he sells oil, and I'm sure I would bet dimes to dollars that one of the oils he sells is frankincense and myrrh, which last I checked comes from the Sudan, and yet he hates Africans.
Man, it's terrible, man. It is terrible. It's terrible, man. You know, it just we put up with a lot. You know, that's what this tells me.
Yep.
Our people put up with a lot. We buy a lot of garbage, basically. That's how I look at it. Like, this is just part of it. This may as well, I mean, I'm not dissing Michael Jordan or whatever, but this may as well be, you know, like, have the same relevance as like a pair of Nikes in a way. You know, when I look at it, because it's like we buy Nikes and we buying this, but this is also just mindless. It has nothing to do with what it's supposed to have something to do with, and yet people pay for it.
Mm.
People pay for this. You know, our people. It's seemingly, I don't know. I would really like to get the analytics on this and find out like who's really watching this. You know, normally, you know, data like that's primary in getting before formulating a complete view, because I don't want to say this is black people if it's not. That's also unfair. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, all I know is I don't pay money to it, but when I watched this just now, he got a click. So in that way, yes, but I wonder who actually, what's his real demographic? How
But
do we see that? Do you know how we could check that?
but brother,
That,
you know it's us. It's us. Because
Okay.
even at the first look, I've spoken to Sonetta face to face. I'm from the Bronx, man. So I remember before all this YouTube stuff, man, I used to go down to 125th. He was right across the street from the Apollo. And I would go down and buy those DVDs, man. And I would talk to him every now and then. Before him, further up on 125th, it was Brother Sekou Ibaye. He passed away, right? Now that brother really had. There was no drama with him. There was nothing. He was really cool. He was an older brother, older than Sonetta, right? I'm 53 also.
Okay.
Right. So
yeah, we all in the same age group.
yes, sir.
Much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I went. Let me see. It was he had nothing but brothers, like red pill, blue pills out there. His boy Sutek, Jack was out there, what have you, right? You have Melchizedek was right in the, you know, selling stuff right next to them, right? So the first debate that Sonetta promoted, that was the SETI versus Alim Bey debate. That was in the National Black Theater. And I don't know how it is now, but back then, that's an actual Ile. It's a Yoruba temple in there. So on one side is Orisha, the other side Zegun is for the.
Who built that? Who built that Yoruba temple?
I know that the curator there, he's initiated. To my knowledge, he's initiated. Or the guy who was in charge.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. You know, and I'm like, first of all, there was standing room only. It was wall to wall black folks, man, wall to wall, and even Bambaataa was there. Right? And if you ever watch YouTube, it's on YouTube somewhere. I can guarantee it. And if you watch it, you can actually see me at the very end, standing up. I have a black dashiki on, and it's during the question and answering period, right? Because they open up the floor to questions and answers, right?
Okay.
But
I should look it up now, right?
if you want, sure. That was a SETI versus Alim Bey debate. SETI crushed him, by the way.
Oh, really?
And,
okay.
Oh yeah, Alim Bey was crying at the end, saying they switched.
This says this is the full debate.
Okay.
Who is this? I hope they okay with me checking this video out. You said it's towards the end, right?
Yes.
But hold on, I see. This is the full debate, so the end would be down here.
Yeah.
Number 19.
Man. So let me see if they have the question and answers at the end.
Okay, this is the question and answers, I think, right here, right?
This full lecture. Mm-hmm.
With your weak ass. Black power.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if,
This
if
is
it goes
Democracy
all.
Now!, democracynow.org, The Warren
Skip.
Peace Report.
Oops. Sorry about that.
All Hindu.
Sorry. Let me start. Let me do that one more time.
And walks up with your weak ass. Black power.
This is Democracy
How did
Now!,
it skip? That was
democracynow.org,
the
The
end?
Warren Peace.
That was the end? It was that short? Hold on.
Stay black.
This
Well,
is still so you know what? They don't have the end on this one.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
Not really. It stops right there.
Oh man, because I know there's one where it goes all the way to the end, and you see.
Okay,
People-
let me
Well,
Fine.
so that says
So
part
we got
19.
to
See if
know
there's a
better
part
than
20.
anybody.
say that again. Sorry if
Yeah,
I
so yeah, that said part 19. See if there's a part 20.
Yeah. Maybe folks don't even care about the question and answer.
hold on. Is there a part 20 unavailable hidden? Let me see. SETI versus a let me go back and see if somebody else put the same debate up. Final debate. Oh, maybe I should say Q&A, right? Maybe I
Oh,
could
that's
do
cool.
Q and see. Maybe somebody was cool enough to do that one. Q&A. Damn. Nope. Well, hold on. Final. This is Sinetta Studios too, by the way. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth noting. Yeah, it's worth noting. I mean, don't everybody knows back. Well, everybody doesn't know, but back in this time, to be honest with you, the only reason why I watched Sinetta Studios at all was because of SETI.
Okay.
That's why I watched them. I wasn't ever into I'm not into any of these other belief systems, you could say, religions and
Right.
things like that. And the main reason why I find Kemet to be relevant in the discussion in African history is just to preserve our history, preserve our true heritage, and it's not just about Kemet, but it's the fact that people try to take that away from us too.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like, it's not the only culture. It's not the only they're not the only culture, period, or civilization in Africa. But the fact that the Western world puts so much emphasis on taking that out of,
Out of Africa.
yeah, at least they made an attempt, through the, the Enlightenment period and all these false, pseudo scientific, arguments about, yeah. But in any case, that's the reason why. It was because of SETI. I like some of the things that he brought up, but not that I like everything about SETI, but people grow and people change, and but I did like that. I did like some of the information he was bringing. But
Yeah, I did too.
yeah, I wish we could find that. I wish we could find the one that you were in. Actually, that would
No,
be
me.
nice.
It's just me. All you're gonna see is pretty much me asking a question. Yeah, and in fact, I pointed at Aline Bay actually.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What is this? Part 2? So Eileen Bay final show. Yeah, you know what? It's worth reviewing though. Actually, because like you said, it was packed. But this was a time period where a lot of people were, were they really, it was really a positive thing. People were excited about it. I guess you could say before the outright scamming.
Yes. Yes. This is when I guess you could call it as pure stage, or as pure as it was going to get, right? Or be, and
Mhm.
but like I said, it was wall to wall black folks, man, and I mean standing room only, like literally, and I kept on
Mhm.
getting people because like I said, on the left hand side you have like these statues of all various Orisha, right? And Orisha are deities in the Yoruba pantheon of gods, right? Pantheon of gods and goddesses, what have you, deities, and they had like a receptacle on the bottom of the base. These statues are huge, and at the
Mhm.
bottom, the base, they had like a receptacle where people are putting coconuts, like offerings, You right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So because people were tired of standing up, they were literally stepping on all the offerings inside the bases. I'm like, yo, you gotta watch where you put your feet. This is it might not be real to you, but it's real to me. You can't, don't violate, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question, divinely inspired. So just to be clear, right?
Sure.
So do you think Sinetta, do you think he or any of these HOK people, do you think any of them walk and talk like the elders?
No,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
definitely not.
Okay. And
And
anything particular that you would say bothers you?
yes, first of all, you don't go after people's families. That's
Mm,
number one. That's off limits. And
yes.
you can't remain professional. Then why even bother?
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
that's a huge no-no.
And
A huge no-no.
and also, if you know that people are scamming and touching on kids, right? And you don't warn us, all you care is like for the bottom line.
Yeah,
No,
man.
man. When you pass, you know, you can play now, but you're gonna pay later. And you better hope that your ancestors take you where you where you want to be. You know,
Yes, man.
not where
Really.
you might go. Oof, man. And I don't understand how, like I said before, I don't understand how people who claim to be righteous and religious men can even deal with that. But when you look at them, especially like from the ISUBK, what have you, hey, they're sponsoring someone who's convicted of being a child molester, right? That's what they support.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Oh,
rape
yeah,
doctrine,
man. That's the word. How low can you go? I
man, they
mean,
real low. They can go Barry White low, bro. I mean, seriously, man. So, and it just, and then you're gonna come out and you're gonna talk crap about Africa, what have you, and Africans, But there's a knockout question that I have to all Hebrew Israelites, and here it is.
mm-hmm.
They claim that they were pushed out or what have you out of Israel, let's just say, or Jerusalem during 70 AD because the Romans came in and destroyed the temple there, what have you, right? How they make it across all the way to West Africa and Central Africa? Because Rome controlled all of northern Africa. So you had to go through Egypt, Roman controlled. And how'd you get into West Africa, Central Africa from there? So the Romans just kicked your ass, and would they just let you go through? No, no. When they, I think it's in Deuteronomy when it says that you'll be sent back to Egypt. That's what they really meant, not to America. So how's that even possible? How'd
Yeah,
you get around the Romans who just kicked your ass? How'd you get around them again
true.
to come into the interior of Africa? And then how'd you remain that way? How'd you remain unbroken? What do they believe? Their father? They're what their father's they descend from their father. So
So it all depends on which group of Jews you talk to.
yes, because
Exactly.
Khazars believe it's the mother, but I think they believe it's the father.
Right. So
Right.
it all depends because certain Jews, Jewishness is passed down through the mother, and
Right.
then others it's passed down through the father. So it just all depends who you talk to.
But here's the question, right? Now, look at me. Did you guys see how light I am? So the fact of the matter is, how could I even? Okay, you're gonna accept me, right? As a Hebrew Israelite, I can't guarantee my bloodline, man, being pure. You would say my bloodline's gonna be pure for, what happened to us on those plantations? Are you kidding? So that's just fallacy right there. That's crazy to me.
Right. Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly. Right.
But
Exactly.
but
It's just incredible,
but
man.
and also when people say, "Oh, That people from my community too, like Ifa Orisha community, right? They'll say, "Oh, why are why people skipping over West Africa and Central Africa, going to Egypt or what have you?" Blah blah. I'm like, first of all African spirituality is built upon three principles, three legs. It's creator, creators, creators energies personified, and ancestral veneration. So that's from Tawi, which was ancient Egypt, across to Mali, across to Cameroon, to Angola, everywhere. That's pretty much what it is. They call their creators' energies personified the Neteru. You can say Orisha for the Yoruba, right? You can say Obosun. You can say Loa. You can say, oh my goodness, so and even some of the names are similar when you get into like West Africa. There, like you have Elegba, you have Legba, and they serve like similar functions with it, but you can't intermix them. Like a Legba priest couldn't officiate in a Legba event. No, can't do that. But you can see the similarities. Definitely see the similarities.
Let me ask you another question.
Sure.
Who do you think of? Again, this might seem repetitive, but if you thought that there was, let's say, a chance that that for some reason, Sa knows what he's doing or doesn't know what he's doing, what do you think the chances are of that?
A
Do you
snowball.
think it's accident? Do you think it's by accident? Or is there something? Is it just the money? Is it just the money? Do you think? I mean,
it's the money. It's the money. And it's actually a chance. It's the chance of a snowball in hell, man. It's the money. Yeah, they. The thing is that if you're dealing with people who have questionable backgrounds, let's just say, right, and you're promoting them, and you have these events, you have like 200 videos here, 100 videos, you're promoting them. And who in their right minds would promote the sickness, man?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the end game? It's money. Everything's monetized. Oh, so-and-so's going to debate this so-and-so, and so-and-so's going to debate that so-and-so. That shit is crazy to me, man. It's crazy. Like I said before, like I typed before, I said,
because the reason why I asked that is because, the reason why I asked that is because, it does, to me, of course, it seems like it's criminality, money, all these things, and people know things about each other, and but I still, even though I wouldn't know, just to be on the safe side, I always ask that question, like, do you think there's another element to this? Because I mean, if I mean, is it a coincidence?
No,
just a coincidence,
Nah, I could say like, okay, but check this out. Another element, right? Could be camaraderie. Birds of a feather, brother. And perhaps,
I mean, no, what I'm saying is, like, is there a chance that Sa Neter, for some reason, like, I mean, that there's something else behind Sa Neter, fanning the flames, or like pushing it, some other element, like, because these are a lot of, it's like, it's just by chance, you think, just by criminality, just by necessity.
Can I jump in for a second here?
Yeah, it's right, doctor, please, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I want to attempt to answer your question, what I think possibly could be going on here. Now, we all remember Elijah Muhammad.
Yes.
And we all remember how the Nation of Islam was founded on a principle of cleaning up the black man, cleaning up the black community. But the lead principal, Elijah Muhammad himself, was funded by a Texas racist, a white Texas racist.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is that agents have been placed in the Black community for a very long time.
Yes, sir.
And, I see no reason why this just can't be another example of that, where we have these agents who take on the veneer of someone who's attempting to uplift and enlighten the community. But in the case of Elijah Muhammad, I don't want to say that the Nation of Islam did not do some good, but at the end, collectively, when you add it all together, I think that the nation did more harm than good when the Nation of Islam could produce a mind as brilliant and dynamic as Malcolm X, only to play a part in shooting him down
and destroying him. Yes.
Exactly.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
So again, you have these agents who are in the Black community who have the sheep's clothing, right? Who House of Consciousness. You would think the whole purpose of the House of Consciousness is to uplift the collective consciousness of the people. But what's really going on here? What's really going on here?
And that's a well-constructed name too. You know, actually, that might be the best of it. Like, it doesn't even match up. It's like the name is constructed better than the content, obviously, but and what it induces in people. I mean, but it's just so interesting. I'm just curious, man. I don't have any particular reason of wondering that other than like historical context and also the timing. But of course, I do believe in like a lot of people group up on self-preservation too. And so, it's it looks like there's a lot of that in there. That's for sure. I mean, from what I could see on the surface, you know what? It doesn't, from what I hear, agents may not even operate directly all the time. They can operate indirectly just by influencing someone without them even knowing it, And
Exactly.
and that's what I just wonder. I just wonder, like, did he get any help? I mean, come on. We have to ask that question because look, he has a criminal record, right? He's been out there in the community bootlegging. I mean, I just wonder.
Well, he went from one criminal enterprise to another, right?
I mean, I just wonder, you never came across the police any of those times? I mean, that's a lot of things, That's a lot of things. I don't know.
The brother Divinely Inspired just hit on something, right? Because what he just hit on goes right back to my Don King example, because that's exactly what Don King did. He came up in the streets as a gangster, and he went from one criminal enterprise, which was his street gangster life, to boxing, which is a criminal enterprise. Boxing traditionally was run by the mob.
Yep.
And little has changed. Little has changed. The way that the business of boxing is conducted, even today, it's run as if it were run by organized crime.
Yeah. I mean, I have to always ask that question. I don't think that anybody will ever know, but who knows? Let's see. But I don't think anyone will ever know. But to me, it just seems like this is definitely something that we have to stop. Because it's not representing the elders.
No.
I mean, as far as I can see, it has no respect for the elders. Has no respect for the community, people. People of African descent, Black people that are part of that struggle, that have also a right to a voice, and an opinion on it, and it just seems like this platform is pretty much doing all the wrong things. I mean, when I hear him say the N word, I'm just like, man, that is so lazy. That's so lazy. He might say the N word in one sentence like 4 times.
But you know what? He's not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because when I used to see him outside all the time, he'd be out there playing chess and kicking people's asses in chess, man. He's not stupid. He's not. But it's just the path that he chose. And it's a low.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
low.
So, no, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay, no, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just going to piggyback on the point that you're making is that intelligence is not his problem.
No.
Morality, his moral character, the content of his character is
right.
what is in question here.
And exactly. And that's what I came in with. I said something called Iwapele, good character. You must have it. You know, and like I said, if you're purporting to be some sort of holy person, religious person, what have you, what? You have to be the epitome of good character. Right?
Yeah.
I just, it just boggles my mind, and especially after seeing how he attacks, he'll call up people and say, "Go F your mother, yo, F your mother, B." What? Yeah. And F your kids, F this. No. I'll tell you what, if a priest or a priestess in any community were to do that, no one would deal with them. They'd be ostracized, bro.
Right. Exactly.
Because how are you going to fix my head when your head is in the trash, man? No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I've never heard any. This is like, to me, this is the thing that hurts me the most is really like, I mean, I guess everybody, is different, a little different, but the fact that I see like these red, black, and green colors, and I see him here behaving that way, man, that just like, it really is sad. It's really sad. It's very selfish, you know.
And speaking of RBG, right? So that was the Honorable Marcus Garvey,
right?
So now, how did his downfall begin? Agent 800, right? So they used black agents against him.
Yeah,
you're right. There could be some sort of agency going on as well.
I mean, I wonder myself. I wonder.
This is not. No, it's not. It's not consciousness at all. It's the antithesis of consciousness, right?
You know what it is? Drop
it?
the science off of consciousness, and you left with con. That's exactly what's going on. Okay, it's the con without the science.
I want to say another word for it: coons, because that's how they're at.
Yeah,
it's like a modern day minstrel show.
Yep, exactly.
That's what it is. You know, and it's like it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You know, and there are certain people I would never, if I had a platform as large as Sarnetta's, as Frankie's, I would never ever give certain people the light of day, a chance to even because I would shield my people away from, the Aboriginals. You're not going to see that on my platform. You're not going to see somebody with a feather duster on their head saying that I'm not no African. I don't come from no Africa. Are you kidding?
Wearing the feather of Ma'at, but they're not an African.
Selling shea butter, with that African. I hate the Africans. I'm selling shea butter. It's like what?
It's like what? And then going to social media like Facebook or what have you, and you'll see these brain dead folks repeating the same things that they heard on the HOK. And they'll say, see, because Sarnetta has, did you see so and so on Sarnetta? It's like, come on, man. No.
Mm-hmm.
Can't show that kind of thing. You have to show
And
upliftment.
look at this. Can you see this?
What?
Look at this. This is the crazy part. He throws that out there. I was Dr. Khalid's right hand.
Negro, please.
I second. Yeah, Negro, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I third that. I third it. 4, 5, 6, everybody. It's, oh my God. This is just incredible. Let's listen to Kali's right hand man for a second.
It was the security guards stole your mind. This the nigga stole your mind that passed out pictures from Nepal. Now, of course, Nepal didn't know how wicked and evil this nigga was, but you can check and see now. You see?
And how did he get the pictures?
Wow.
How did he get the pictures? All right, let's proceed.
Begged her not to come to me or come over here. And if you do, this is what I'm going to do. So he tried to hold that over her head. And she said, I'm not going to allow you to blackmail me. You can't blackmail me. I'm going to go where my heart want me to go. He begged, he pleaded.
Yeah, I would go where my heart wanted me to go, in the message box. In the message box.
For her not to leave him, and she left. And that was the result of him passing out because he was hurt like a little punk.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous, man.
And it's crazy because you would think about it. If Dr. Khalid Muhammad was still alive, I bet you he wouldn't be doing this mess. It'd be impossible for him to do.
It would be impossible.
Impossible.
There could be no way, shape, or form Khalid would okay something like this. Come on. It makes me wonder though, like, so who do we know in the Black Panther Party that could vouch for that could really say he was his right hand man? It would be nice to see somebody, to meet somebody like that could verify that, But anyway, look, this is this young brother. I don't know, don't vouch for him, but he seemed like I dude. But he's taking a stand that a lot of these House of Consciousness folks didn't. Now, let's be honest. This is a point we all agreed. It is too late. It's kind of way late, like to be separating, to talk about, we have to separate from it's like, come on, why wait until the last week? That was months ago, separating. You know what I mean?
Real quick, gentlemen, I gotta cut out. Peace and blessings to you, brothers. I gotta
some blessings, brother.
I gotta play Mr. Landlord real quick, so I gotta move a refrigerator. So what I'm gonna do is, if you brothers are still cooking by the time I'm done, I will rejoin.
Okay, word. That sounds good, brother. That sounds good, brother.
All right, and if not, then I catch you brothers on the next one.
Okay, great to have you too. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me on, and peace and blessings to you, brothers. Peace and blessings to everyone in the chat.
Peace. And blessings.
Yeah, this young brother. It's still interesting because apparently he says Sarnetta's been sending him messages, asking him to come on, help him out. It's interesting.
Because
I don't want to talk to you, Sarnetta, until you.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Because I think he's going to, Sarnetta needs fresh blood, man. He needs the next generation of debaters. And he needs, because these guys are pretty much on their way out. That video where he had people, had like the he had like the AI version of people, what have you, and they said, "Oh, we're sorry, Sarnetta, for all this mess." Hey, what's that? What's that all about?
Right.
Right. So I guess Garfield's out. Somebody has to replace Garfield, right?
Yes. Yeah, I guess so. Well, does it? I mean, no. Actually,
And I
no.
guess if Brother Polite,
Nobody should replace any of them. Nobody. They should just people should just let it let if you had sometimes it's not about replacing them. There's a lot of platforms out there. You just have to look for it's an opportunity to look for more platforms. We don't
yeah,
need
but
replacements, right?
right, but but folks, like I said, birds of a feather, brother. So
We don't need another Don King.
no,
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 definitely not that. We don't need that.
no. But Don King needs new boxes, brother.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why he's bugging this young kid right here.
Listen to what he say. Have you heard this?
I think a bit of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let's just check it out for a second. He seems like I don't know, man, but I know he said Sarnetta's been sending them messages, so this is what he's responding to.
Okay.
What's going on, y'all? Hocus for Fifth, back with another one. Listen, this message is to Sarnetta. Sarnetta, what's up? Sarnetta, I'm gonna be honest and say I see your messages, I see you reaching out, but I don't want to talk to you, Sarnetta, until you denounce Brother Polite.
Hey, get this guy.
When he first caught the case,
Huh?
You better get this guy, Mr. Burgos, out of here, bro. You see what he's doing?
Oh, hold on. What is he doing? Let me see here. Where is
He's
he
faking
at?
the cat, man.
Okay, let me is this the right? Let me see something. There we go. Is he out of here now?
I hope so. Look at this. Look what he's doing, man. Look at this.
I think I banned him now.
All right, good.
Now I just gotta
Blocked.
yeah. There it is. Sorry about that. I didn't see that.
He's still here, right? He's still there, right?
Is he still here? Okay, let's see here.
If you have nothing else better to do, man, go get Master Frankie. Go play with him, man. Look at this.
Right. Yeah. I'm just I gotta block these comments one by one. Are they gone now? I think they're gone. Yeah, exactly. Oh, is there one more? Let's see here. Let's do that again. Okay.
So I'm watching through my TV also, so it's like my TV has a delay. But
he probably hates this, so let's keep it going.
Part of them. I mean, I understand that's your bro, and I understand that a man is innocent until proven guilty. Yes, correct. But the fact that he's taking a plea, any type of plea, and admitting that he did this, the fact that there was semen found on a little girl, I think you need to denounce him. Sarnetta, if this was anybody else, you'll be talking about him. And I honestly don't want to talk until you denounce him. I'm not playing a 50, Sarnetta. I'm not playing I understand Dr. Enki went on for y'all. He did get me hyped up. I respect you as an OG and a pillar in the conscious community, but nah, son. I'm starting to feel like it's a lot of this conscious community shit. Like you always hear about the brothers that we respected, that gave us a lot of knowledge, but at the same time, they take it from the community. They take it from our woman, and they taking money. A lot of scams going on in this conscious community. Now, don't tell Shaka Akmos we were just roasting him. Like, don't take that personal. I never heard the brother knowledge, honestly. I'm gonna go look at some of his videos and see if he really got something to talk about, because I never heard his knowledge. But when he came on the scene with that ponytail, he should have knew that niggas was gonna roast him. So tell him we just roasted him. Don't take it personal. But if all these other people, a lot of them scammers, man. And I'm gonna start calling out names soon. I'm just gearing up. So Sarnetta, I see you reaching out, but honestly, I'm not playing the 50, bro. Until you denounce Brother Polite, and if you did already, send me the link. Send me the video. Let me see that you did, because I don't know if you did. All I know is from what I'm hearing is that you supporting him, and you said you still supporting him right now. This is the word on the conscious community street, Sarnetta. And as a young brother who's coming up right now and is being mentioned in these conscious community talks, I don't care to be a part of some conscious community. I'm rabbit hole community, but they putting me in there, so I gotta come in and I gotta regulate. I'm calling everything out. I don't care. I'm calling all of y'all out. Everybody out there. It's nothing personal. No. It's gonna get personal if y'all doing what Polite did. That's personal. But these scamming and all that, like, and y'all misleading, misdirecting our people, yo, these niggas is not it. Like, some of these niggas out there, y'all, that y'all following, they not it. They not. Just because you get the most followers, or you get the most likes, or you get the most views, that don't mean you it. These dudes are not it.
I'm glad to hear somebody else speak out about it. It's a lot of people speaking out about it,
Right,
but it's
right.
good to see, more people saying it, just saying it, even though, because we don't know his feelings about this, or I don't, at least months ago. It could be that he spoke about it before, but in either case, regardless if he did or not, I think it's good that he speak out about it, and so more people can take note, and just feel more comfortable speaking out. Because right now they have it like, if you speak out, that something's wrong with you, and it's really weird to see so many people be able to promote that, or also promote this concept that these alternative realities, like the girl was maybe wrong, maybe the mother had something to do with it, maybe all these different way spins on it and stuff, and yeah, so it's good to hear people like him speak, and yeah, and more people. I hope to hear more people, man.
Yes, it's important, very important. But I'm glad because he's young.
Yep.
The wool can't be isn't being pulled over his eyes, man. And
Yeah,
I'm really ashamed of people our age capping for Polite, man.
it is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It's disgusting, man. It's so disgusting. And when you see people, oh shoot, you might have blocked Donnie Williams, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he disappeared. It's just Mr. Burgles is still there.
But how did that happen? How do I go to that and check the settings? Let me see.
I don't know. This is my first time ever coming on YouTube, man.
Is he in the back? Oh no, that's right. Oh, really? This
Mm-hmm.
the first time? Ah, okay. Well, welcome, brother. Welcome.
Thank you,
Let me
thank you.
see here. I need to make somebody else a
Moderator.
right. Let me see. I'm gonna make David a moderator if I can. Can I make him? No. What? How do I find out who is? How do I do that? How do I make a moderator here? David. Hmm. Just gonna. Oh man, this Mister Whatever is back.
Yeah,
I don't. I need to figure out how to block this though. How to block people permanently.
exactly.
It it
And,
said it. Maybe I'm gonna
and
try to.
report him too.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. See how long that's gonna last. How do I find Donnie? Now, let me see. That must be been a hater. Yeah, exactly. It's a hater, all right. Hater
Huh.
that got clown on Shaka show. It could be. It could be. Most definitely.
It's about agents, right? So agents do what agents do. This dude is an agent.
Yeah, this is some serious, serious. I may have blocked Donnie on accident because of him.
Yeah.
You know?
Would you have an unblock list? Like a
Do I? Let me see. See, I don't really know so much about. I might take a second to look through here, and I guess actually, where can I go here? Having issues. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go look this up online right now. Let me see here. How to block users in StreamYard. StreamYard. All right. See here. Vote YouTube. Matter from within the studio. Click the three dots next to the comment and say block user. But I did that. So let me see something. User. Just like this must be some sort of chat bot somebody sent. They keep saying the same message.
Yep.
You know. Let me see here. Ban. Now let me see. How do I ban? Yeah, ban user. Let me type that. Ban user StreamYard. Let's see. How to
Thanks,
Yeah,
Texas.
huh?
No, Texas Bama wrote that she reported him as spam.
Yeah, do that. Do it as
Yeah.
much as you can. And let me see. How do I add somebody in here, man, to be a moderator? That's, you know what? Maybe I need to go on the front end. Is that what I need to do?
I don't know.
I think so. I think I got to do it from the front end here. Let me see. And if I see what I need to do, okay. I think so. I think I got to do it from the front end here. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, this. And if I see what I need to do, okay. I think so. I think I got to do it from the front end here. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, this. And if I see what I need to do, okay. I think so. I think I got to do it from the front end. Oh, wait. Yeah. Turn this down. Sorry. It's an echo. Sorry about that. Let me see.
Oh, good.
How do I do this? Put it. Go to channel.
You go to his channel and I guess
Go
block.
to about.
Jeez. You got nothing else better to do than to do this dumb shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Hold on. Let me see. Report user. This. Can you see this? Let me put this on the screen. You know. Yeah, you can see it, right? Is that what? Okay. Let me see here.
Wait, let me see.
Can you see it, or is it doubling out? It's doubling out. Hold on. Let me see something. Present. Stop screen. Let me start this over. Share screen. I could do it like this. Or is it here? Boom. This user is spamming my chat. Please block. Boom. There we go. All right. Now let me see what else. Isn't there another way I can just block this person right here? It's supposed to be right next to the net. Report our picture. Unhide user from my channel. What does that mean? Let me try this also.
Okay.
Is it another spam? I want to block, man. How do I do that? Isn't it supposed to be a way I can block people here? Oh, maybe it's here. More about this channel.
No, what about those three
Is he
little
still
lines?
in the spam?
Yeah, because through my TV I can still see him.
All right. Let me see here. Now let me go. How many? Oh, right. I gotta go over here.
David, you might be right about that shit. He paid a scammer from India for $5 to troll.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, you can do that too, unfortunately.
Yeah. Go to report. Oh no, not that. Let me see. Here we go. All right. So hopefully that is this a different website? It seems like it's two. All right, let me do this one too. There we go. Hopefully that makes a difference. Yeah, now back to the program. Let's see how long that works. It should. Oh, and you know what? I gotta find David. Here we go, David. Add you as a
Moderator.
Exactly. And let me see who else. Texas Bama. Exactly.
Oh, now you got another idiot. This guy Free Mind in here. Talking about that's what happens when you lie on Sa. Anybody lie on him, man?
It's like a threat. It's like a
Ain't about
threat. Yeah.
him.
It's like a threat, man. This is
You
crazy.
guys in here too. It's
You
burger.
line up against sign. This is what you get.
Yeah, right.
Remember that. Let me see. Hide report user again. Harassment and cyberbullying. Okay. How many channels they got? Is this the same channel? Submit. All right. Let me see something. Burglar buddy. Okay. So let me go back. Burglar buddy. Is that right? Okay. Burglar. No. Let me see this one. Oh, this one's hidden already. So did I hide this one? Yeah, I did too. Okay. I hope
Looks like
it's working.
it
Nope.
didn't stop. Didn't stop.
That is crazy.
Got an inbox shocker now.
Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Right. What about privacy?
Maybe we'll do it. I don't know. I never.
Yeah. Let me check that out too. Privacy. Oh no, I don't think that's yeah. That's whack, man. I'm gonna have to do something about this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about this, man. Let me see. I think I'm gonna stop this broadcast.
All right.
Not because uh we can't continue. It's just hide this message. It is a little annoying, you know?
No, it's annoying.
Let me just I don't want to get to okay, there we go. Chat is mine now. Let me see. Oh, maybe I should put him as a moderator. No. All right, here we go. Yeah, shit would be really come down then. All right, I put that one in. Now let me see. I mean, this one is hidden, right? Report. Okay. Can I do this one? Yeah, you know what? This is going to be this is going to take away from my focus. But yo, is there anything else anything else we should cover? Actually, let me see something here. I know this. What the hell? Yeah, Storm. Let me make Storm a moderator too. There we go. Yeah, we got a cyber bot, some sort of cyber bot, excuse me, in here. That's spamming the chat. So let me see. Right. Okay. Let me report this one too. Boom. Yeah, that's so horrible, right?
Yeah, man. I mean,
but you know what? They probably paid for a link. So let me stop this one. I'm gonna start a new one right away. Let's see if that works. Everybody
right.
come to the next because this is just a computer. They're gonna have to pay some more money. Just put in a new link. So let's do that. See how they are about that. All right, everybody. All right, peace. I'll be right back.
Peace.
Let's see here. And broadcast. Mm-hmm.